So my name is Larry. I'm from Netrust. So I'm the product specialist in charge of digital signing solutions in Singapore. My major is in the cybersecurity space, more on infrastructure security. So I recently just jumped over to digital signing to go ahead with promoting like Sign with SingPass in terms of Netrust portfolio and digital signing. So the reason for that is that because I feel very intrigued by it, and Singapore has this Smart Nation initiative coming up, or rather it's ongoing. So I'm happy to be part of promoting digital signing in Asia. I think the adoption of digital signatures in currently is picking up. Of course, we have we have several factors like due to COVID and everyone got stuck at work at home and they could not go down to their respective offices to sign the documents. However, in the past, right, the adoption of digital signatures in Asia, right, was relatively slow as compared to other regions in the world. So I think one of the reasons is that cultural and regulatory barriers, right, hindered the widespread acceptance of digital signatures. So I think like many countries in the world may lack the necessary infrastructure and legal frameworks to support the use of digital signatures. However, of course, there were early adopters, right, and pioneers, right, who recognized the benefits of digital signatures for streamlining their processing and enhancing security. But presently, like I mentioned, the adoption of digital signatures, right, in Asia is experiencing significant growth in the region. So several factors that are driving this trend are like, firstly, there has been an increasing demand like for secure online transactions as more businesses and individuals engage like in e-commerce and digital transactions. Of course, COVID also played a part. So in this, so when COVID hit, so everything just went online. So there was a need for digital signatures to sign on the respective like order forms or purchase order and contracts like this. So of course, with COVID, the pandemic has also accelerated the growth towards like digitalization, prompting like governments and businesses to seek like more efficient and secure ways of conducting like transactions remotely, one of it being digital signatures. So furthermore, the growing adoption of e-government initiatives across Asia, like Singapore being one, has the Smart Nation initiative, like has also played a crucial role, right, to drive the adoption of digital signatures. So governments around the world have also digitalizing like various services and processes such as maybe like tax filing, business registration and document authentication, which may require digital signatures to ensure that the document is signed with authenticity and integrity. So additionally, I think there has been the emergence of digital trust networks and advancements in technology such as like maybe like blockchain and algorithms. I think this has been a hot topic around the world recently as well. So it has also boosted confidence like in the security and reliability of like digital signatures. So these developments have also contributed like to a more conducive environment for users or businesses to adopt digital signatures across Asia. So in the future, right, we can look ahead to the future for digital signatures. So it seems promising in Asia for the future of digital signatures. So as technology continues to evolve and regulatory frameworks become more robust, we can expect like further growth in the adoption of digital signatures. So with the rise of trends like remote work and online collaboration, right, the demand for secure digital authentication methods will only continue to increase. So moreover, for businesses and governments, right, where they strive to enhance efficiency and reduce costs, so digital signatures will play a central role in streamlining these processes and also to improve workflow automation. So we can also anticipate greater integration of digital signatures with emerging technologies, maybe such as AI, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things, like to further expand their applications and capabilities. However, like I mentioned, digital signatures may seem good in nature, but however, there are some challenges that are involved in this as well. So challenges such as cybersecurity threats and regulatory compliance will need to be addressed to ensure the widespread adoption and acceptance of digital signatures across diverse sectors and industries in Asia. So, but overall, The adoption of digital signatures in Asia is on an upward trajectory, driven by increasing demand for secure and efficient digital transactions, the growing emphasis of e-government initiatives across Asia, and the evolution of digital trust networks and technologies as well. So for the challenges of adopting digital signatures for companies in Asia, I think one of the factors would be on the usage of paper processes. I think some organizations are still very used to the paper processes on paper signing, so they will not want to go on to digital signing. The main reason for this is the change of the process. Because for some businesses, they are already too used to the paper signing, and allowing or rather forcing them to adopt, right? Or maybe I will use the word forcing, or rather transitioning them to using digital signatures, right, may cause a concern for them. The reason being is that they may not know if the signature can be trusted, or rather what is the definition of a digital signature. I think these are some points that may prevent businesses from moving towards digitalization or signing digitally. So I think the fear of not knowing what it means to indent a digital signature on the document, right, may deter them from signing digitally on the document. The second one would be they may not know how do they do this. Okay, because for now, if they go on the paper process, they will need to print it out, mail it to a certain person, then sign on it, then the external recipient will send the respective paper or form or contract back to them. Of course, they do not know what frameworks to use and how do they streamline this process. So they may be lost on the process. Hey, how do I start by using digital signatures? So if let's say you have a local platform like Signing Up or Sign Up, so we can teach them or use a signing platform to educate them that say, hey, actually using digital signatures, right, with a workflow platform is fine as well. For the growth of eSignatures, right, or rather opportunities in signatures in Singapore, right, is or rather in Asia, is going at upward trend. So like I mentioned before, when COVID hit, right, when everybody got stuck at home, they feel the pain or the pinch to not being able to travel out of the office to sign on the document physically. So that leads to, or rather that makes a push for businesses or individuals to go towards digitalization. That's where digital signatures come into play. So for Singapore, right, we have a term that is called secure electronic signatures as well, where signatures have legal presumption in the court of law. So for the opportunities came when COVID hit. So not to say that the pandemic is a good thing, but it was a big push for organizations to go towards digitalization. So when everyone just switched to digitalization, the opportunities just came knocking on the door for companies like Netrust to provide digital signing solutions, or rather our expertise, right, to provide digital signing solutions to the general public to ease their transition during the pandemic. Of course, in the present day, I think more or less the pandemic is over. We are all in an endemic situation now for most parts of the world, or rather majority of the world. So we do see opportunities, right, coming in for digitalization, because for customers, right, once they go on to the digital, right, it's very hard for them to go back to the paper-based approach for signing. So once they move on to the digital, right, they will say that, hey, why not I streamline my process? Why are we still sticking to the paper process where I need to keep a physical archive of my contracts and documents, or worse, I may lost the paper. So once they go over to the digitalization process where everything is stored online and they can sign online, they can retrieve a copy at any one point of time, then that's where they know the confidence and all. So I think the opportunity comes, right, where we convince customers to go over to digitalization, and once they see how it gives them convenience and streamline their signing process or their document management process, right, they'll learn to appreciate these technologies more. Trust is Singapore company. We are Singapore's only IMDA commercially accredited certificate authority in Singapore. We have been providing digital solutions, digital signing solutions, right, to companies in Singapore or the ASEAN region, right, to enable them to go on the digital signing journey since 1997. So we are proud and pleased to collaborate with Ascertia to enhance our digital signing posture in the region. So I think one of the main collaborations, right, with Ascertia would be the Sign with SingPass feature, which we have collaborated with Ascertia to bring Sign with SingPass to your customers as well. So Netrust, right, as a digital signing company, we have been revolving our digital signing services around SingPass. So for Ascertia, right, you guys are very big in the EU space. You guys have contacts in the European region for digital signing. So on the digital signing, and you guys also have a workflow platform. Netrust comes into play. While Netrust, right, we have the local presence in Singapore and we know the local landscape in Singapore based on digital signing. So how Netrust comes into play is that we have collaborated with Ascertia to bring digital signing with Sign with SingPass to our respective customers and your customers as well, to allow them to streamline their signature process. Of course, Netrust has also leveraged on Ascertia's workflow solution to bring a workflow solution to our customers to also streamline the workflow process for their usage as well. So I think one thing to note that we have a strong collaboration in the region, being that by tapping on both our expertise around the regions, right, we provide a cohesive digital signing consultation and solution to all our customers, both Ascertia and Netrust.